Lead by example, not by command. John C. Maxwell. From the first moment you step onto the floor, whether it's the open plan office at dawn or the factory line humming to life, you set the tone. Imagine arriving before your team, not to catch them slacking, but to greet the sunrise alongside them. You plug in the coffee machine, straighten a stray chair, and offer a warm good morning to the security guard. In that simple act, you show that leadership isn't about issuing orders. It's about presence, purpose, and putting your hands to work. You've read that John C. Maxwell taught, lead by example, not by command. But today you decide to live it. You lace up your running shoes and join the team for the Monday jog. No suit, no ego, just shared breath in the crisp air. Your staff may know you as the owner or the investor, but in those moments on the trail, you're a teammate. You show that hard work isn't beneath you, it's what you all share. Back at the office, a delivery arrives late. Instead of barking at logistics, you roll up your sleeves and help unload boxes. You ask questions. What slowed us down? How can we improve? Your team watches you handle setbacks with curiosity, not blame. They learn that solutions matter more than scolding, and that you value their insights. In week 1, a manager calls in sick, and a small crisis flares. Without hesitation, you step into the meeting room, not as an overlord, but as a facilitator. You ask the same questions you'd ask your most junior team member. What's the core issue? What do we need? How can we support each other? You leave with a plan born from collective ideas, not a lecture handed down. By week 2, you gather your leadership team for a workshop on communication. You don't stand at the front reading slides. Instead, you sit in the circle, sharing stories of your own missteps, the time you lost a major client through miscommunication, the deal you botched because you didn't listen. Vulnerability is your leadership tool. You show that authority comes from authenticity. On a mid-morning walk through the production floor in week 3, a technician points out a recurring defect. Rather than delegating a fix, you kneel beside the machine, probe the issue, and call for a quick huddle. Together, you sketch a tweak on a scrap of paper. You lead not by decree but by collaboration, and the defect rate drops by half. In month 1's closing days, you host an informal lunch in the break room. Instead of a catered spread with you at the head table, you carry trays through the line, asking individuals about their weekend, their hobbies, their challenges. Your simple gesture, serving side dishes and remembering names, demonstrates respect. Your team sees that leadership cares for people, not just profits. As month 2 begins, you institute a bi-weekly leadership ride-along. You spend a morning shadowing each department head, not to evaluate them, but to learn their world. You sit at the customer support desk fielding calls. You join the shipping clerk loading pallets. You stand beside the developer debugging code. Every role carries value, and you embody that belief. When a major client demands a last-minute change in week 6, your default reaction might be frustration. Instead, you convene a cross-functional huddle, roll up your sleeves, and tackle the task with the team. You model resilience under pressure. No orders are barked. Questions flow. What do we need? Who can help? What's our timeline? Your calm presence reassures everyone that they will not face chaos alone. By mid-quarter, you launch the Example Awards. Each month, team members nominate someone who embodied a core value, integrity, teamwork, excellence, and you present the award personally, sharing a story of their impact. You don't announce from on high. You walk to their desk, shake their hand, and hand them a certificate you signed yourself. Your recognition comes from engagement, not an impersonal email blast. In month 3, you face a painful truth. Your own inbox is overflowing. Emails ping all night. You could demand after-hours silence from your staff, but instead you implement a quiet hours policy for yourself first. After 7 p.m., you close your laptop and put your phone on silent. You send a company-wide note. I'll be offline from 7 to 7 tomorrow. Join me if you can. Let's recharge so we can serve our customers better. Your example sparkles more brightly than any mandate. Around week 12, a breakthrough idea emerges. A way to streamline production that could halve costs. Instead of hoarding the credit at the next board meeting, you spotlight the technician who first suggested it. You propose her for a leadership program. Your action cements trust. You lead not by grabbing credit but by lifting others. As spring turns to early summer, You notice burnout creeping into your team. Deadlines loom and tempers fray. You resist the urge to tighten the screws. Instead, you organize a voluntary recharge day, factory tours, a group volunteering event at a local shelter, and a picnic lunch. You join every activity, painting walls with the volunteers, kicking a soccer ball with colleagues, showing that rejuvenation matters. Your team sees that well-being isn't optional, it's part of leadership. In month 5, you identify your own blind spot. You delegate poorly. Tasks come back half done. You could issue corrective orders, but you choose coaching. You schedule one-on-one sessions with each direct report. You probe, what support do you need? How can I make expectations clearer? You listen. You follow up with concise guides and paired check-ins. You demonstrate that leadership invests in capability rather than simply demanding performance. By mid-year, company culture has transformed. People aren't clocking in, they're showing up. In your quarterly review, revenue and morale surge. You resist the temptation to claim credit. Instead, you send a team email. I'm grateful for how each of you shows up every day. This success is yours. You lead by humility rather than command. But leadership by example isn't always comfortable. In month 7, you misjudge a supplier's reliability. A shipment fails to arrive and production halts. You could hide behind your purchasing manager, but you step forward. You call the team together, admit your error in selecting the supplier and outline a recovery plan. You ask for suggestions. Your accountability reignites trust. Your team follows because you walked through the fire with them, not because you demanded obedience. In month 8, you invite a respected peer entrepreneur to speak at your leadership retreat. You sit on stage beside her, asking questions that reveal her own journey of leading by example, from picking up brooms in her first startup to camping with her team on weekends to build cohesion. Your role is humble facilitator, not star. You model that leadership is a platform for others. When Q4 approaches, you launch an initiative called Example Challenges. Every leader, department head, team lead, office manager, commits to a visible act each week that exemplifies a core company value. They report at the Friday all hands, and you kick off the session by sharing your own challenge. One morning spent shadowing the shipping team and then writing thank you notes to every staff member. They see that no one is exempt. As the year wanes, growth targets loom large. Pressure mounts. You could crack the whip, but you double down on example. You book a sunrise meditation session for managers on the roof terrace. You lead the 10-minute breathing exercise yourself. You encourage people to start each day with clarity rather than chaos. Your calm focus seeps into the culture. In the final month, you decide to document the journey. You invite everyone to contribute stories of how they witnessed leadership by example this year. You compile the best into a company storybook and gift it to every employee. You attend a young designer's graduation party, unannounced, simply to celebrate her achievements. Your presence says more than any email. On the last day of the year, you gather at dawn just as you began. The leadership circle forms in the empty hall. You raise your coffee mug. To another year of showing, not telling. No applause, just knowing smiles. Because in 12 months you've proven that command may win obedience for a moment, but example wins hearts for a lifetime. As you look ahead, you envision expanding into new markets, tackling bigger challenges and mentoring other leaders. Yet you know the principle remains. Authority is temporary, but example ripples forever. You've built more than a business. You've built a culture where every individual knows that actions speak louder than titles. And that, in the end, is the truest measure of leadership.